Right. In this part 3 of the video, what we're gonna do two parts. The first part, we add an action listener to this in here when I try to open a file. Here it is. So I'll add action listener. How can I open a file? And the second part is how to exit from the program. So these two things we're going to try to do them. And part of the open, of course, because open is this long process, I'm going to show you actually it's in two steps. The second part of open, to open a file and read from a file, because that goes back to the serializations, we'll make it in two parts. However, we're going to show you actually how you select from menu items and how to exit the program. All of that's going to be part of this short video in here. In order, for instance, we'll start with the exit because the exit is the simplest one here. If I come in here, for instance, on exit, you can put it after it if you want here straight away. After you create the exit, all you say here, you go in here and you say for the exits in here. So for the exits, it is. We can recall that's from this exit dot add action listener. It is. You can see it, add action listener. It is. And of course, inside there we can say a new action listener. It is. And here action listener in here ENER. Yeah, that's so I'm always making a mistake with this one here. Add so action listener and as a new action listener, and of course so like that. And then as we may have done this so many times in here, action listener of course like that. And it is, and as you recall, there it is, and here. So that's been created here. Go in here. So we've got a create exit, add action listener, a new action listener. That is action listener in here. It is, and you open brackets in here, and of course you're going to say public void action performed in here, and there's action event. You put E, whatever you want to put in here, and of course, and has brackets again, and here it is. Right. Done this part in here. I just want to know if this, of course, this one. You need this. There you go. This part in here. I just want to know what's the error here. Time you actually listener must inherit the abstract. Right? Yeah, of course, because we didn't have this one in here. So you need to make sure you include this in your programs here. It is here. So if you go up here, you can see it's included. This is included here. So we have the AWT, we have the swings, we have the events, we have the IO utilities afterwards. Anyway, so we need. There's no problem with that. And here, if we go down here on this, just we try to see what's called this. So it is add action listener. It is add action listener, a new action listener. It is brackets public void action performed, capital P, of course. Action performed. That's what called the problem for us. See this small mistakes actually causing all these problems here. In order to do the exit, let's do this in here. Right, how do you do that? For instance, here it says that I do this 2 ways we can do it actually. Int, for instance, answer equals to, look at the way you do it. J, option, pane, there it is. Look at this one. Show, that says show. You need to show confirm dialog. That says show confirm dialog in here. Show confirm dialog. Come on then. Come on, here it is. The first one, just put null. Sorry, that should be here. Null. That is system bit slow. And for the second one, all you can do just your statement. So like say, for instance, say, are you sure you want to exit? For instance, something like that, right? And probably you can put exclamation mark in here, and then look in here. What you're gonna show in here, all you're gonna show is 2 things in here. The first one, you want to show what's written on the top. So I say first is exit in here. Can I just do this here? This, or you can put all here. Do this. If I come in here, like that. So we can see it's very clear here. Here's exit, comma, and that's after that only say J option, pane. What do you want to show? What do you want to see? It's up to you. Yes, no, usually, or you can have cancels or whatever. So they say yes, yes, no. There's yes, no, cancel, give you 3, or yes, no option, or yes, option only. So I take the yes, no, this one, and it is, I close it in here. Now this actually is gonna take the results in here. The thing is either yes or no. Whatever. If you choose no, of course that doesn't exit. If it's yes, it would exit. How would you do that? You have to use an if statement. So you say if, after that you say if the answer, which is this one, that is the answer, and here equal, remember this is if statement, equal. You go to the J option here, the J options, and here just I let me highlight it. You need to go to the J options, this one, and here. J options here is giving me yes, no. So if I'm using yes, I will exit. If it's no, I'm not going to exit. So the if statement, if it's equal to, if you look in here, what are you going to do? You're going to say the same things. Go to J option, pane. Here it is. What option do you have? Yes, I've got the yes option. Here it is. Okay, take this one. Here it is. Right. If it's yes option, in that case, I'm gonna say just like this. I will say, for instance, system. They're different. Dispose, you can use dispose, or we can use system exit. System dot exit. If you look in here, and exit, it means the status. If it's 0, it means a clean exit. All right. So we've done this. And if you look at this, then we get rid of this square here. Remember, you would now, this is in here, that's the I'm sorry, here. Are you sure? It is, are sure you want to exit? And the window name is called exit, and of course the J option is going to give you yes and no option. If you choose yes, we'll exit. If it's no, we'll exit because there's no else. Right? Let me get rid of this, and of course we can run the program, and here, there you see. Can you see the program here? So if I click on, here it is, let me just come in here, just to show you. If I click on exit, look at that. What does it say? Say, there it is. Now the location. Are you sure you want to exit? That is, are you sure you want to exit? What option I'm using? Look at the exit here is the name of the window here. And then the options, I'm having yes and no. That is, yes and no. If I choose on the option, if I click on yes, of course this is the answer. If the answer is J option, yes, it's going to exit. If it's no, wouldn't. If you click on this, you see nothing happens, because there's no else. If I click on exit and say yes, here it is, finished. Program terminated. Now, this is the exit one in here. For the open, for instance, I can put the open as well here. Same things. All you're gonna say in here for the open is very simple. We're gonna see the action in here. I would say file. For going to the open is open dot add action listener, of course. Add action listener, it is, and I'm going to say new space new action listener, and it is brackets here. Look at this, and here you go. Right, the action listener. Now, what you're going to do, the same things, public, right, void action performed, that it is, and of course they're going to say action events, action event, and you can use anything, so I'm using E here, and the open, the bracket, and the bracket will close. Usually it's nice to put them all together, so I usually do this. Oh, sorry, put this one here, put back in here, and I can put spaces there. Here it is. Now we can write the whole code here, but let's do it step by step if you want. Is up to you, or you could call a function with that function does actually everything for us. For opening a file, for instance, I would say, here it is, J, look at this, that's how you're going to open the file. J, file chooser, they call it. J, file chooser, there it is. You create an object called FC, equal a new, there it is, file, J, file chooser, there it is. And, of course, chooser, where do you start? Where do you start? If I say start my current folder, you just put dot. Dot means the current folder. If I put something like that, it means the folder, the parent folder. So usually start with a folder where you are, and here, there it is. So that's where the point we start. Now, all you do, and you create a choice. What choice you going to take? And here, equal to FC, look at that, FC show open dialog. There it is. And all you do in here, just put null, right? You don't need to put anything there, just put null. You don't need to go through to whatever. Alright, so you can navigate from that point on. There it is. Then you do an if statement, if, there it is, if here, choice, your choice, whatever you've done, is not equal, here it is, if you look in here, J file closer, J file chooser, sorry, there it is, chooser, it is that chooser, file chooser dot, there it is, and then what you go for the approve option, which is this one here, approve options, and here, and of course so you do that, and here, because there's an if statement, all you need to do, say return, right, sorry, and this one, if it's chase, you need to return all the chase files. And here, let me stop this for a minute here. because we're going to use that for something else actually. Let me stop this, then I'll show you actually what is gonna happen here, because all you do in here, file, you're gonna say file in here. That's for a reason. The J options in here, right? So if I go this in here, or even you can write if I put this in here, and I would say file. I have to create the file. Create something called file, small f, equal fc get selected file. So when I get file selected, it's a selected file. Can you see that? Get selected file. That's it, right? That's in here. Fc file, fc selected file is complained because the file actually is not in here. So of course this is output input. So I need to make sure that is part of my import statements on the top. That's what it is. So you can go up here at the top here. I need to import. Have this import java.io. That is Java.io. So if I go down, if I go down here, if you noticed, well, it's where I see in here, it's got the mistakes in here, the fault in here. So if I go in here, for instance, run the program, and go in here, file, open, it's going to give me this. You notice that? Okay, I can go up, I can go down. You see, there's no file chooser in here. That's because the if statement is only given me here. So if I want to navigate, all I'm going to do, I need to make that if statement. However, to do that, the best option to do, let me exit. The best thing to do is to add all of these actually, reality. Take all of these in here. I'm going to just move them here. Here it is. Put that one here. And I'm going to just put them somewhere else. And I call a function, for instance, and I say, I call it, if I want, I would call it open, for instance, for opening a file here. So if I say, for instance, open in here, it's called open file. I'm calling method, it's called open file. That's what it is here. So open file, all I need to do in here, I can put it anywhere in here. So I can go to open file, and that's actually in here. If you look, I can put this one it's going here, and I can go here because the file doesn't exist here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to create public void, or void open file. That's it. There you go. And I'll do this. So this will be here, and I just add the ones we've done before. So here's the choice. There it is. So this one, what you do in this in here, you go in here and all you say return. Right now, run the program. So all this happens here. I'm calling actually open file. So open file is doing this for me in here. So if I run this program here, fully, you see in here, and go in here, for instance, let's say open. There it is. You see interfaces. I can go up, down in here, and so on. So for instance, I can go to here, and then I can go somewhere else, and so on. I can double click here, and give me all that. I can navigate to go to here, and I can navigate as well and go, for instance, here. Give me all the files that I want in here. Right? So I can cancel, I can open. If I click on any one of them, it gives me the option of open or close in here, the type of files. So if I click on cancel, it comes back in here. Let me exit here. And of course, the second part, we're going to show you how to open the file, actually read from the serialized files and put them in the text area. Thank you very much. Should you have any issue with any of these videos, please don't hesitate to contact me either in person or during office hours, or email me at any time. Thank you very much.